We think particularly the first-time voters from after the first election in the country of 1994, that the ones who are going to make a difference this time, because mostly they are first-time voters. So we encourage them to register to vote because most of their issues, from free education to accommodation and student entrepreneurship, graduate unemployment after institution, are not being resolved by the current government. So their vote will be very important in changing the mistake that our parents did in 1994.
If we are willing to run a democratic country, then as a youth we have to be willing to step up and do things. We have to be willing to register and vote so that we can engage in issues such as young people not being employed and be able to interact with our leaders. But if we're not voting for them, then I think it sort of nullifies the whole concept of being democratic and being a country that we want to elect our own leader, and so that we can have a say in what happens in the country. So I think as a young person, I've always been excited to vote, so this is my first time. So I think it's just so important if we're going to move forward and become better as a country.
It's important to vote because a lot of blood has been shed, many lives have been lost, and a lot of hardships have been fought for us to all have this opportunity to be able to vote together and be a united country where we all have one vote per person.
Things like democracies have been fought for in history, and it would be ignorant if people just didn't vote when the struggle has been about equal rights and things like that. But now when you can make a difference, you don't vote, so it doesn't make sense.
I don't have an opinion based on that because I was forced by my friend. She said I should stop being ignorant. I'm old enough now, and if I'm going to complain about the country and the government, I might as well make a difference by voting for what I believe in for once, and not leave it to other people to make an opinion for me.
We as the youth are going to inherit the future of this country. So whatever happens in the future is directly going to affect us. So I think it's very important that we register to vote so that we can determine the outcome of this year's elections. By so doing, we'll be able to hold the leadership into account and contribute to the policies of this country.
I think it's very important to vote so that you will make your voice heard. There's no way that you'll make your voice heard without voting. You will complain after the election saying why this one won, why this, but you didn't go vote.